welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so if you watch my previous video, you know I'm going to take the Sea Dweller 16600 into RSC to have it overhauled. And whenever you do that, you got to think of some questions you want to ask and some requests you may have. And you're probably better off so you don't forget to write them down. All right, so I've got some decisions to make. I've got some things to tell RSC, and I'm going to go through some of those things in this video and maybe ask you guys some advice. All right, so first thing, does my watch have the blue parachrom spring? Now with the 16600 Sea Dweller, post 2000 pieces had the upgrade to the 3135 movement, and that means a blue parachrom spring. Now, one of the reasons I got my piece, which is a serial from 1998, was because of the dial, the Swiss only dial, and that was the trade-off. A post 2000s piece would have had that blue parachrom spring, but I'm pretty sure mine doesn't. Still, it's one of those things I want to ask about. All right, so I'll have to write that down. I want to see whether they think it's been polished. I have my thoughts on the matter, but it's worth asking them. My guess is they're going to eyeball it and say no, it's never been polished, because they don't look, in my experience, as closely and pedantically as I do. All right, so I can guarantee they're not going to spend as much time with it under the loop as I have. All right, and then there's some things I need to request of them. All right, not to polish the piece. All right, I don't want it polished. Now, that's one of the things you have to decide, whether or not to have your pieces polished. As you know, I like virgin pieces, unpolished pieces. But if I were to have this piece polished, it's got a lot of potential, and after the fact, I probably could pass it off as unpolished, all right, because I don't think it's ever had a polish. And one polish to sort of clean it up. I could probably get away with it, of course, not to you guys, because you've been privy to the piece from the get-go. But if I was unethical, I think I could probably request a polish and then, pass it off as unpolished, because they do such a good job. I probably, if I could, would request that they not give it Bexley bevels. All right, if you know what that is, it's sort of this beveling on the edge, the shoulder of the case where the lugs are. Anyway, I'm not sure if they could do that or not, but anyway, it's sort of a non-issue. I'm not going to have it polished. All right, and another thing, you got to bring up accuracy, because if you don't, you risk it coming back +5, which is fantastic, but not really what I'm looking for. I mean, it's running +6 right now. If it's running +5, that's great, but they can do better. So it's probably a good idea to ask them or let them know that you're fussy about that kind of thing. All right, save them the trouble of save you the trouble of having to take it back, put it that way. All right, so that's another thing I'm going to let them know about. And then here's the question: should I have the bezel insert changed out? Now, this is a big one, because it's got an original insert. Now, there are a couple scratches on it, not a big deal, it doesn't bother me, but I could get a nice new bezel. I could get that bezel back, I could tuck it away, and it might make the watch a little bit more wearable. All right, now here's the thing: it's always safer to have pieces, original pieces, on your watch versus in a box, right? I mean, they can get lost, things can happen to them. So if you're talking something like hands, right? I'd rather the tritium hands be on and in the watch than in a box, but that's better than them being taken away, all right? So the thing is, I'll have the original insert, and it might make the watch more wearable. If it gets a massive scratch or ding on the service insert, it's not a big deal. Nobody's going to know but me, except you guys, and of course people that know their 16600 pre-2000 bezel inserts, because mine has a fat 4 and the later ones had the sort of regular 4, and so I would know, and people in the know would know, but nobody else would know, right? So that's something I kind of need help with you guys. Should I have the surface insert put in and look all new and beautiful and perfect, and I won't have to worry about scratching it and then tuck away that original insert, or should I just keep it as is? Will that make it any less wearable? Probably not, but then, I don't know. Man, I do have to stare at that scratch. I mean, it's small, it doesn't bother me, but I don't know. I'm thinking I might want to have it replaced because I get it back. I mean, we wouldn't be having this conversation if they were to take away that bezel insert, right? So give me your thoughts on that. I'm thinking that I want a new bezel insert and I could just tuck away the original one. So, but let me know your thoughts on that. Is it better to keep it on the watch? Anyway, so there you go. That's what I have to think about. And of course, there are always other questions that I have that are unrelated to the watch in question. I could probably bend their ear all day and drive them crazy, but I always like to throw out a few questions. Can you get the different bracelet options on the current GMT Master 2, right? Can you switch out the dials of the current Oyster Perpetuals? Those are questions I have, and I might get answers they might not know themselves. Geneva might not have made their decision there. So let me know what you think. Are there any other things I need to watch out for? Some people said that I should not have the helium escape valve changed out because they are starting to use titanium ones, and mine is stainless steel. So that one doesn't bother me as much, but again, you know, original is better. So if I do have it changed out, I want that one back. If I can't get that one back, then I'll probably say just use that one. And will they use it? Will they say the integrity is not there? We can't guarantee it can go down to however many thousand meters it can go down to. That's another thing I need to talk about. Anyway, all these things are things you need to think about when you're taking your watch to RSC, because you don't want to get there and be all frazzled and forget to ask and bring up these things because they're important. Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.